guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have got the sort of like new updates here coming for both JP Dokkan and Global Dokkan, right? We have got the basically the new units that are coming here to Global. So last night Global did tweet out the animations for the Raccoon Goldo, the Birder and Jace, and the Captain Ginyu, the next DOKKANFEST that is coming. And they also tweeted out some news. So the Masters missions, remember, there's going to be one of these every single week until the anniversary. And keep in mind that the ores, the Dragonstone ores that you get, they will automatically be turned into stones when the anniversary begins. I'm going to be repeating this nonstop so that everyone hears it, hopefully. And, once the anniversary begins and you go, where are my stones? You've already got them, is what happens with that, right? But I do love this. Just a ton of missions, tons of free stuff to get until the anniversary begins is awesome. We, of course, have the teaser for the Captain Ginyu Dokkan event. Long time coming. I do think Captain Ginyu is very deserving of a Dokkan event, and they gave him a really good character, too. Then the Team Bardock EZA area is getting updated with all of the Team Bardock, units that are going to be easing. These units will be easing throughout June, right? Because if we take a look at it on JP in the timeline of events, right? Borgos and Fasha came first. And then, the next day to download the next week, Tora and Shugesh happened. And then later on, then Bardock came out as well, right? So that's probably the way they're going to do it. They'll just slowly release them as sort of like the days go on for the celebration. And then there's also going to be a new battlefield. And the LR GINYU Force is getting their EZA. This is very meaningful. I think that this is probably the best free-to-play unit in the game at the moment. But, one of the main reasons for this... Like, here's the thing. One of the reasons this is the best free-to-play unit, and one of the reasons I think GINYU is the best TUR, is because they dropped all these guys at once who are perfect fits for each other. It's like, if you look at some other TURs, right? Let's use, I think Majin Vegeta is the best example of this. Of a character who could be a lot better. If Majin Vegeta got the GINYU Force treatment, right? Imagine that Trunks and Goten, had, instead of the 50% chance to dodge after they super, what if they just had, 60% damage reduction? What if that Trunks and Goten supported Majin Buu Saga allies, or created orbs for Majin Vegeta? The thing with Ginyu is he drops with all these characters who do everything Ginyu needs. So it's like you're using him and he's running at max effectiveness 100% of the time with Ginyu, with his partners. That's the thing about, again, Majin Vegeta. Kid Buu didn't really get help. That's another example like that. Raditz just sucks. Raditz is just bad. You can't really compare him to these other good characters. And it's like Cell, they dropped him without really too much help, but he did get the LR Physical Cell EZA a couple weeks later, and the Android team was already set up before Cell dropped, right? It's like LR Super 17, right? They dropped him and gave him nothing. So it's that's the thing about this Ginyu team, and it's just so powerful. This destroys any event in the game, right? If you... I don't recommend, here, let me pull up the timeline again. I want to pull up Ginyu's banner, which I actually I have to do over here. If you're a global player, I don't really recommend summoning on Ginyu's banner. Even though he's incredible, his team works so good together, there's just all these positives. The negative is that because they drop this many characters together, you got to pull them all. If you're going to go for Ginyu, to get the real version of Ginyu, you're going to want Ginyu, Birder and Jace, and Raccoon and Goldo, right? That's the issue. It's not just, summon, I got Ginyu on my YOLO multi, I'm good. No, because then you still need Raccoon and Goldo and Birder and Jace, right? So that is something to really keep in mind, and why I don't really think it's the greatest idea to chase Captain Ginyu. The other thing is that I am quite certain Kale and Khalifa will not be on this banner, and it's going to be the tech androids instead. I think Android 17 and 18 are going to be returning on both Global and JP's banner. That is going to be coming out in a couple of days. So this Global banner is going to be a lot better. I mean, you swap them out for the tech androids. I think Ginyu's the best TUR. I think the tech androids are probably number 2. So it's like you have 1 and 2 best TURs just sitting there. It's just very crazy, right? It's very powerful. I think these 3 suck. Kef, Flub, Lucario, and Goku, Namekoku. They're ass, complete zeros basically. But these first 4 units are definitely gonna be pretty good. But I still wouldn't recommend summoning. Remember, if you're gonna summon for this, it's like you're really going for the Ginyu team. So we looked at that, right? The physical Ginyu's coming out. We looked at the animations. Again, what makes Ginyu so good, mainly, is that he does literally everything, right? Like, if we take a look at it, he's stacking defense. He does have a very good leader skill. The problem, though, is that, I guess the one thing Ginyu doesn't do, he's not a good leader character for his team, right? What's funny is, Ginyu and Majin Vegeta are 1,000 times better than, like, Raditz, right? But, like, Raditz is, like, I would argue, a better leader character, probably, for his team than Ginyu and Majin Vegeta, right? Ginyu and Majin Vegeta don't really work too well with a lot of the major options on their teams, right? So, like, Ginyu doesn't work good with full power freeze on Namek Saga, right? Ginyu's not working well with, like, Turles and Bojack and, you know, a lot of these really powerful, terrifying Conqueror characters. So, like, that's kind of an issue for Ginyu, right? And that's why it's like, if you're running Ginyu, you're pairing him up with the Ginyu Force members. The thing, though, is that as of right now, I mean, this is the best banner unit in the game by far. Like, I actually don't, like, I feel that's just, like, a fact. Like, I feel like for best TUR, to me, I do think Ginyu is comfortably there, but I feel like you can make a case for Cell, or the tech androids, or Goku and Gohan, right? Like, you can make a good case for them. Like, I don't think it's, like objectively wrong to say Cell is the best TUR. No way. But, like, this, there's just not a banner unit that's doing what this character is doing. Like, there's not, like, this unit doesn't take damage anywhere. Like, look at this character in Super Battle Road. You're greatly lowering attack, you are guaranteed sealing them, and you have a 50% chance to stun them. This is like, this character, it destroys the red zone, and they destroy Super Battle Road, and they destroy Battlefield, and they destroy everything in the game. Easy Ace, this character is masterclass design, right? The one drawback is their guard is only guaranteed if Captain Ginyu's on rotation, but guess what? I think Captain Ginyu's the best TUR in the game, right? With his defensive stacking, his support, he's super effective against all types. Just by running his team, he's super effective against all types, right? That's the thing with this guy. Just like, if you're running Captain Ginyu as your lead, and then friend Captain Ginyu, he's super effective against all types. It's only if he's by himself on, like, a, you know, Planet Namek Saga team or something like that. One of the things that's really powerful with him, too, is his exchange heal, right? Well, not exchange, but his transformation heal, where he takes Goku's body. You then get a huge HP recovery, which is really strong. Then Goku Ginyu is building up attack, defense, crit chance, and dodge per attack up to 50%. So that is really good. He has a scouter as well. Then he's stacking attack as Goku Ginyu. This guy is just too good. He's just too good. He does everything, right? And it's like, you have his link set is not good unless you're with one of these Ginyu Force units. And then you start to get, look at the 10% attack, 20% defense, you know, 20% attack right there, 25% attack right there, 2 key 5% damage reduction, 3 key 7% attack, 20% attack. You get all these up, and this dude is, you know, turn 1 can do triple 7 million attack stats, super effective against all types. That's what this guy does turn 1. Like, triple 7 million, super effective against all types. You've got a lot of turns like that with Goat Ginyu. And then, you know, his defensive stacks are huge. It does not take very long for him to be tanking everything, right? It's just a masterclass unit, really. We talked about Raccoon and Goldo, right? They do build up as they get hit, but another very, very impressive unit to be sure. Birder and Jace, I would actually say, are pretty underrated. I see a lot of people agree that Raccoon and Goldo are busted. Captain Ginyu is great. I don't really see people talk about how impressive this character can be. So they do have to build up by doing attacks, right, which is important. But then they also have a high chance to dodge, very powerful with the amount of defense they'll get once this is built up, once they're doing this, if they do, multiple super attacks. They're also giving Space Traveling Warriors 3 key and 30% attack and defense. And then they also give all allies another 30% attack and defense with GINYU in the turn. So GINYU on rotation, and you're giving the rotation 60% support, right? To a character that, like GINYU and Rikumen Goldo and these monsters who are already so good, right? Very busted unit. Then we have the LR GINYU Force here. I feel like I would probably call them the best free-to-play unit in the game. Defensively, I found that this character is able to hold up in the red zone much more effectively than characters like Version Z Goku and the AGL LR androids. I think I would like to try and do like a max, like I want to take Version Z Goku against Red Zone Broly, but then like really try and set him up to look good and see if he can do it. I do want to try that. Because like one of my reasonings for thinking that this is the best free-to-play unit in the game is how effective this character is in all of the toughest red zone stages. I mean, sure, against Broly, the hardest fight in the game, if this unit gets super attacked by AoE Broly, you instantly lose, right? If this unit gets super attacked by AGL Broly, I think only a double super... Like, if they double super attack, I do think they can live, right? But it's looking really bad if you get super attacked with this unit by AGL Broly, but... They're able to do a lot of damage, 6, 7, 8 million plus, depending upon what's going on with GINYU Force allies on the team. They are another support right here, and they create rainbow orbs. What's funny about the rainbow orbs is it's very unnecessary. It's like the GINYU Force team, no character in the team is struggling for key at any point ever. Every turn starts, and all of your characters basically have max key. And it's like they're creating rainbow orbs, which is pointless, right? This ability would be a lot better if it wasn't tied to a GINYU Force ally, because like this rainbow orb changing is needed when you're not using GINYU Force allies. So not really the best ability right there. This is a character where it's like, yeah, this is a good example of where like rainbow orb changing is not like, oh my god, on a character, right? Is this. Then another thing that's interesting, right? So this unit gets 30% attack and defense on both 12 and 18 key. But then you also have this extra effect right here where you're giving allies attack and defense. Depending upon what the rotation looks like, if you're able to get off their 18 key first, that can really help you in some of these big red zone stages. This character's getting a lot of defense when they super, but, so you don't usually want to run them in slot 1. But if, RNG helps you, you're able to get away with it. This is a very good idea, right? So there's all the GINYU Force members. Then we have the 2 Team Bardock EZAs. These guys will be coming out in the first day to download. Remember that Fasha is interesting. Pretty good for Super Battle Road, but interesting because her support takes place in a different phase than typical support, so it's bigger than just like the 30% attack and defense. It'll be interesting to see what happens if like a really powerful like premium unit gets this type of ability, right? Like a summonable LR or a DOKKANFEST exclusive or something like that. And then Borgos is another good Super Battle Road option. High chance to stun. He could do multiple stuns, right? I think these guys are decent units. I would say get them done because I would not be shocked if we saw the Team Bardock get the same treatment that the GINYU Force did. Where, like, we get these level of characters dropping, and then the Team Bardock team is actually a really competent team, like the Captain GINYU team is, so... let me know what you guys think. I really advise against summoning. Despite how good all of the new units are, you really want to pull all of them. So a YOLO multi doesn't really help out too much, right? I feel like there's going to be a lot of global players who are going to, do a multi or two. They're going to get GINYU. They're going to test him out, and they're going to say, he sucks. He's overrated, right? Without using him in, like, his actual setup, so... let me know what you guys think of GINYU and all these characters. Again, I would say skip just because, it's like the anniversary is coming out on Global. That is going to be, I think the next banner. So Global's probably going to get this. Then they're probably going to get LR Goku and Piccolo in part 2. June 15th, something like that. And then after that is anniversary. LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the LR Gods. The thing about pulling LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is you don't have to pull 2 other banner units to use him at max effectiveness. and then EZA the physical Ginyu Force from Battlefield, which costs like 1 million currency, Battlefield currency or something like that, right? It's like you're using all these characters that people are already likely to have. So it's like you really just want to go for Anniversary rather than Ginyu and these other characters. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.